Hey house guests, welcome to today's BB Can 6 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Catherine B. Catherine, I hope you're doing well and I hope everything's okay with the crazy weather you guys are having in Ontario. It looks nuts, so please stay safe and thank you so much for the support. And if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, so before we get started, sorry for all the background noise, but Dad has like a rock and roll wood shop thing going on in the shed. It's okay. Alright, so yesterday, Derek nominated Johnny and Ryan for eviction, and everybody's waiting around for the power veto competition, and while that was happening, Johnny was going to work, because the Reds do! So, he's telling Paris and Will about the deals that he and Erica had with Ali and Liv. He was like, yeah, we had a deal going before we even pulled you guys in for the 6. So Ali and Liv must have something pretty strong going with Dayla. Why else would they feel so comfortable to take Erica out like that? You know, they're not just going to vote out their allies and not have a backup plan in place. So he's like, yeah, they probably have a Final Four deal with Dayla. Dayla's pulling Maddie in. We got to break up that group. It's getting way too big. So it seems like this was kind of working because Paris was later saying like, oh, I want to keep Johnny to take out Derek and Kayla. What? So we can never tell, especially with Paris and Will, what they're really thinking because they kind of just say yes to everyone. So who knows if that's actually how she feels, because she does have a very close working relationship with Derek and Kayla. And they're in power this week. So then it was time for the power veto competition. It was hosted by Ali. The players were Derek, Ryan, Johnny, and 3 extras, Maddie, Liv, and Paris. So it sounds like it was one of those competitions where you have to use like a slingshot or something to knock down a bunch of targets. The feeds were down for like 4 hours, and when they came back, we found out that Derek won the power veto. What? Did he just start eating his Wheaties this week or what? I mean, he's coming out of nowhere. It's been a pretty constant theme this season for the HOH to also win the power veto. It's interesting. I don't know if that's because so many people have been throwing competitions or like so many people are incapable of winning competitions. Who knows? But it's pretty interesting that all of a sudden he's winning comps. Alright, so anyway, Will and Maddie were chatting in the white bedroom a little while later. Will says he feels really bad for Johnny, like on a personal level. So Maddie's asking him, what do you think you're going to do this week? You know, who are you going to vote for? Will says he's getting the vibe that Dayla wants Johnny out this week. Yeah, what about you? She's asking what you're going to do. So Maddie says she's neutral at this point. Obviously, she does not get along with Ryan on a personal level, but Johnny is a really strong competitor. She knows that she can't beat him. So Will's like, don't forget, Ryan is out for your blood. He's going to want to get you out. And he says that Johnny might not be as dangerous moving forward because Ali and Liv aren't as close with him anymore. So maybe they don't have to worry about him as much. Will says that Ryan would probably put them up if he stays, which I don't think is true because I'm pretty sure Ryan wants to split up the duos. But they're not sure who Johnny would put up. Will says he would feel really safe with Johnny around, blah, blah, blah. Maddie says, who even knows at this point? She feels like Paris is going to be their key to understanding what they should do this week because Johnny has been confiding in Paris, so they want to see what she thinks. Paris thinks, ah! Okay, so meanwhile, Johnny was campaigning to Ali and Liv in the red bedroom. Just to give you guys a little context, Liv is like dying in her bed during this conversation. She is on slop for the first time. She's a have-not for the first time. I don't know. She's been on slop before. And she hasn't been eating enough of it. I think she was dehydrated as well. So she's just like... But she's still there participating. Okay, so... Johnny's like, I'm really curious if I have a chance to stay this week. Or am I like donezo? So Ali lets him know, you shouldn't count yourself out yet. We're open to talking to you and hearing what you have to say. We haven't decided anything yet. So Johnny says, it's all going to depend on you guys this week. I can't do anything without you because I need 4 votes to stay. So Allie's like, wow, cool. So, no, she doesn't say that. But she really doesn't like the idea of Ryan escaping the block for a 4th time. Because if he finds a way to get to the finale, she's like, how could we not vote for him if he makes it to the final 2? And he saved himself so many times. I don't know. You could, like, not vote for him. It's up to you. You know, you're not being forced to vote a certain way. But Johnny says, yeah, I'm kind of curious, like, what you have going on with Dayla. Do you have some sort of deal? Why were you so comfortable getting rid of Erica and potentially getting rid of me this week? So Ali says, we don't have like this crazy deal going on. It was really just we and Dayla both wanted to keep each other around as a shield going into a potential triple eviction so that we could, you know, I don't know, like keep each other safe, whatever, you know what I mean. So she said she was totally loyal to Erica and Johnny. She felt fine with them until, you know, there started to be a little bit of a disconnect with them and Johnny and Erica. So she said that things started to really change when they were deciding who should go between Marion and Ryan during Erica's HOH week. She felt like she wasn't being heard and she was being called sus because she was suggesting Ryan go and going against what they wanted and they wouldn't even talk about it. So they discussed how things kind of fell apart with their alliance, blah, 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 blah. And then they get back to this week. So Johnny says the Dayla's pretty much in the middle right now because he knows that they're working with the other side. They are definitely trying to pull in Will, Maddie, and Paris. So Allie's like, yeah, that's really scary. You know what else is scary? Dayla's starting to win competitions now. There is a chance that they could like Jillian and Emmett out and win the rest of the competitions and make it to the end. So Johnny's like, yeah, that's what I've been saying this whole time. So he says Dayla already has Maddie, it seems like, and they're working on trying to get Will and Paris now. So unless you guys have some like rock solid alliance with them, like a Final Four or whatever, it's going to be the 5 of them against you guys. And then Ryan is just like doing whatever. And don't forget, Ryan is very close with Paris. And Maddie made some sort of truce with him this week. And they did that because they wanted to please Paris. So he's definitely more with that group. So Ali and Liv are both saying like, whoa, we genuinely don't want you to leave this week. We need to think about it a bit. We can't give you an answer right now. So then Ali and Liv were chatting alone, and it seems like Johnny's magic, again, could be working. They feel really good about the chat that they had with him. Liv says, I don't want to get rid of Johnny when he could be a number for us. Ryan is clearly with the other side, and Dayla is getting really close with Maddie, Will, and Paris as well. So they're kind of crapping their pants about that a little bit. I don't think they realize just how close they are with Dayla. I mean, the other side is with Dayla. Dayla is in the middle right now. So Allie's like, how do we turn this around? How do we get the votes for Johnny to stay? Because he would need 3 for a tie, and Derek would probably vote him out. And then he would need 4 to stay. So they realize they're probably going to have to get Paris and Will. Because Maddie is like, she's up Derek and Kayla's butts. So they're thinking, whoa, if we try to keep Johnny and fail, it's going to be really bad because we're going to be really screwed with Dayla. They're not going to want to work with us, and we could be all alone with everybody else against us. So Allie's like, we need to put out some feelers, see where people are at, especially Will. They think that Paris could be persuaded, but they're worried about Will because he is getting so close to Derek. They don't even realize that Paris has been in with Dayla this whole time. So now it looks like Johnny has both Will and Paris and Ali and Liv wanting to keep him, but each pair thinks that the other pair wants to vote him out. So it's like this crazy thing that he's set up now. They need to talk to each other. So then Will and Paris were chatting out by the hot tub, and Will says that he would prefer for Johnny to stay this week. He's really nervous that Ryan is coming after him, and Paris is like, I don't think so. He does not like Dayla. He wants to go after Dayla. But anyway, they relocate to the white bedroom, and Will is like, we need to start winning some competitions here. And he's asking Paris, who should we target if we win the next HOH? Should we go for Dayla, or should we go for Ali and Liv? Paris says she doesn't know yet. But, like, she definitely knows. Because then she starts pushing that Dayla really wants to work with them. And they should, like, do it. She wants Ali and Liv to go, okay? She wants to work with Derek and Kayla. So, at the same time, she doesn't want Will to realize that she's already really close with them. So she's telling Will they want to keep me, you, and Maddie around because they think that we're weak and they can beat us. But then Paris is like, I don't know if it's a good idea to keep Johnny because that's really going to piss off Dayla, and then they're going to target us because we'd be going against their wishes. Also, she's not sure that they could get the votes to keep Johnny because, again, they would need 4 votes for it, and they don't think Ali and Liv would be on board. Or, sorry, she doesn't think Ali and Liv would be on board. Will thinks they can make it happen. He's also very concerned that Ryan is going to target him. He keeps bringing it up over and over again. And Paris is like, no, Ryan is a number for us. He wants to break up Dayla. So she wants Johnny to go, it seems like, which is weird because earlier she was saying she wanted Johnny to stay. So it was like very confusing. But she's saying if you can get the votes to keep Johnny, she's going to be on board. So then Ryan comes in and Will and Paris are like, hey, you know, we've been playing this game for a few weeks now and keeping you around. If we keep you again, we're going to need to know that you're with us and you're not going to come after us. So Ryan says he's 100% White Room. He's been with the White Room all along, and they agree to have each other's backs. So I guess they're just covering all those bases because they're still trying to figure out who they're going to get rid of this week. So then Johnny comes in and he's like, do you guys want me to leave? And Ryan's like, no. And then Johnny's like, okay, well, do you want to leave? So he kicks Ryan out of the room. But he was cool about it. So then he's telling Will and Paris, I really hope that Ali and Liv want Ryan out this week because I'm going to need their votes as well as yours to stay. So he asks Will and Paris to hear Ali and Liv out if they approach them about keeping Johnny. And he's like, better yet, let them feel like it's their plan because then they're going to be more likely to do it. If they know that I've already talked to you about it and you're into it, they're going to freak out and think that we're working together. So just like let them think this was their idea. Just play along with it. So then Johnny is telling Will and Paris, I'll never put you guys up on the block. And again, he's saying if Dayla has Ali and Liv and now Maddie too, that's really bad. So he's basically pitching to each side that the other side is working with Dayla and they're all going to come after whichever group he's talking to at the time. Which, I mean, it's working so far, kind of. So then Paris is saying, okay, I will keep you if you can get the votes. So then Will's asking him, who do you think Ryan would put up on the block if he won HOH? Would he come after me? And Johnny says, no, Ryan would put up Dayla. Oh, do you think that was a mistake on Johnny's part? He was like, I know that's kind of like crappy for me to tell you that because Ryan is not coming after you, but that's the truth, you know? So don't keep him, you know, I'm going after Dayla too, and I'm better. And he says they already have trust there. You can't just like birth trust out of nowhere with Ryan. So he thinks that he is the better option to keep, even though they're both going after Dayla. So then Will and Paris tell him, keep working on it, keep talking to Ali and Liv, and come back to us. Okay, so then today, Paris and Will touch base again outside, and woo, like I was saying right at the beginning, crazy weather with like the ice and snow, so everybody up there stay safe. But Will reports that he was talking to Derek, and Derek and Kayla want to make a Final Four with them. So now he's like, I think this is our best option. Yeah, until somebody else is in power. So, yeah, Paris agrees. She's like, yeah, I'm down. She's already working with Dayla anyway. This is what she wants. But she does mention she's a little bit worried because Dayla told Maddie that they want to go to the end with her. They didn't say, like, Final 3 or anything, but they said, like, to the end. And also, she's hearing from Johnny that Dayla has a Final 4 with Liv and Ali. So they have a deal with, like, pretty much everyone. But Will and Paris feel like this is real. This is really who Dayla wants to work with. It's going to be great. So now they're like all gung-ho about this Final Four with Derek and Kayla. They want to vote Johnny out to please them. Okay, so then it was time for the Hasbro house party. Derek chose Kayla, Ali, and Johnny to play Jenga. And normally I like don't really mention the gaming things because it's like whatever. But Liv and Paris are having like freaking breakdowns from being have-nots this week. And Liv was especially upset that she didn't get picked to play freaking Jenga because she needed that morale boost. So she was like really upset about it and like sobbing. So Paris was comforting her. Liv is like literally crying on her shoulder. And then they start talking about who should go this week. So this is interesting because this is the two sides talking to each other. So Liv seems to be pushing for Johnny to stay. She says, we need somebody strong to help us take out Dayla. They're really dangerous now. They're getting more and more dangerous every day with all these competitions that they're winning. And she says, if I'm being honest, I really don't want to keep whoever Dayla wants to keep. You know, they're building up their own little army, and that's not good. So Paris says that she's worried that Dayla is going to come after them if they keep Johnny this week. And Liv says, come after who? There's going to be 4 people at least voting to keep him. So what are they going to do? Come after all of us at once? No. Also, only one of them will be competing in the next HOH. It's going to be Kayla. Derek is not going to be able to play. So she says also Johnny's going to be a much bigger target in front of us than Ryan. And yes, Ryan may also be targeting Dayla, but Johnny is a better competitor. He's got a better chance of winning those competitions and making the move. So Paris is like, okay, I see what you're saying, but she's still obviously nervous about it. So she wants to know, Liv, what do you have going on with Dayla? You know, do you guys have some sort of agreement? Are you ever going to take a shot at them? What's the deal? So Liv is like, well, we had a bunch of deals along the way. We were keeping each other safe to the triple, blah, 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 blah. You know how all that goes. But she says, again, Dayla is getting scarier every day. She knows she can't go to the end with them. So she says if it's a double or a triple eviction next week and she wins, she'd probably go ahead and take a shot at Dayla. I don't know if that's true, but she is saying that's Paris. Actually, I don't think that's true at all. So then she's saying if it's a regular week, she'd probably just target Maddie. Okay. So then after their conversation is over, Paris says to herself and the camera's like, I'm not keeping Johnny. You know, I see through this. Oh, man. Okay, so anyway, that's where we're at right now. It was looking like Johnny had a chance. Now it's not looking as good now that this Final Four popped up with Will, Paris, Derek, and Kayla. But you never know. Things could change like this. I'm sure they'll go back and forth a few more times before Thursday. Tomorrow's the power veto ceremony. I don't think Derek's going to use it. Just saying. But again, you never know what's going to happen. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. And until tomorrow, much love.